Greetings, and welcome to the Thirsty Mage. Tonight we have a special episode. We're all deep within some pretty long RPGs, so we're doing a little bit different kind of episode tonight. We're doing an RPG Jeopardy, and we've got a few contestants, and we're going to see who's got the best RPG knowledge of our trio tonight. So starting us off, he's back after a long break, and he's half of the Talk Nintendo podcast. Mr. Casey Gibson.
Well, for the first time ever on the Thirsty Mage here, I'm drinking. I've got about 8 beers down right now, and that is why I'm going to do so poorly tonight. Or at least that's what I'm going with.
Well, it's the best episode to start drinking on, so. And representing the East Coast for us tonight, he's the news editor of Nintendo World Report, and dreading what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, Mr. Donald Terrio.
When I suggested that we do pub trivia at some point, I didn't expect a Jeopardy game to break out, but I'll take it.
It didn't take much to get me on board, so I took it and ran with it as quick as possible. So if you enjoy this episode, you have Donald to thank.
Yeah, and sadly, because of the weather and having to work tomorrow, I had to abstain from the drinking tonight.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, keep your wits about. So rounding out the trio of contestants, representing the West Coast, Nintendo World Report reviews editor, Mr. Jordan Rudick.
Hi. I'm way too nervous for something that isn't for real money. Like, I feel like I really need to perform here. Like, I need to kind of earn my place on the podcast. Like, I don't want to let everybody down. And so this whole week I've been thinking about the game and looking forward to it. But now that we're actually starting it, I've got like goosebumps and my hair standing up on end. Dread it's too negative, Casey. It'll be dread if I start doing poorly.
Yeah, after the first couple rounds.
That's right. Even when we see how tough these questions are from our hosts. So.
Yeah, the prize is worth more than money. It's bragging rights.
You do represent the entire west coast of Canada. I noticed you forgot to say that I was representing America.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The lone American here.
The lone American on tonight's episode. He's got the weight of a nation behind him.
Yep, and they're going to prove, like, man, those Americans really are dumb.
It's okay, Casey. I know you're going to get the question right about Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, so you'll be fine.
Oh, crap.
Well, before we get into the game, I guess we better just quickly get into what we're drinking. For this special episode, I'm going back to the well with one of my personal favorites from the great country of Belgium. I am drinking a Grimbergen, which is a double amber, and you should be able to find it in stores because it's shipped from Belgium by Kronenberg, so it's not easy to find, but it's brought by a major label, so if you should be able to find it somewhere, even if you're an American. And 6.5 alcohol, so it's not too bad. It's kind of on the low side.
That's 6.5 is a good number, though.
Yeah, and it's good. It's a double amber, so it's got a strong taste to it, but it's one of my personal favorites. So.
6.5 is the David Lloyd minimum. Yeah. I think it doesn't actually qualify. It doesn't actually qualify as a beer if it's anything lower than.
Well, that's my Coors Light of beers. 6.5.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm drinking, checking in at 250% vitamin B6. I've got myself a nice little Red Bull right here. Keep me going here.
Oh, he's keeping the wits and he's keeping sharp, staying awake.
Yeah, I mean, it does say vitalizes the body and the mind. So I'm hoping it vitalizes my mind real well tonight.
It does give you wings.
Yeah. Worst case, I'm out of here. You know.
I think in RPG Jeopardy, I think Red Bull is considered a performance-enhancing drug. We're gonna have to test you after this case.
I think Donald said he was going with some good old aqua tonight?
Yeah, just the Scotch and Coke. Hold the Scotch.
I have been looking all over for this, and I don't know, maybe it's more common in the States or other parts of Canada, but Cherry Dr. Pepper I found early last year, and I'd been searching for it at my local Save on Foods grocery store, and there's a spot on the shelf where it normally is, but it's always empty. So I'm always every time I go every couple times a week or something, and I always look for that. And so when I find it, now I start hoarding it. So I've got a cherry Dr. Pepper, and I've got about 36 cans hidden somewhere in the house. I don't know where my wife put them, but they are somewhere. And anytime I see them now, I got to stock up just in case we go through another drought here.
That's probably what happens to you right before you get to that aisle. Is someone else is like, they've got it. Bring
That's
the
right.
carts.
Yeah, and then they buy them all. Yeah, if I ever saw a cart filled with those ones, I'd jack at least half of them.
You son of a bitch!
It was you, and we're both pointing at each other. It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other.
Alrighty, let's get into our game. So this is like a real episode of Jeopardy. We've got 2 rounds: Final Jeopardy, Daily Doubles. As the lone American, how about? Oh, actually, let me just go through the categories for round 1. I'm sorry. So the categories for round 1 are games that start with F, villains, notable weapons, lore, support characters, and famous places.
Alrighty, and I get to kick it off here?
Yeah, as the lone American, we'll let you start.
Alright, let's start us off right on that first column. Games that start with F for 200, please.
This Xbox exclusive title has a total of 4 different endings depending on your alignment and choices. Casey.
Fable?
You must answer in the form of a question, sir.
What is Fable?
That is correct.
Woo! I did better than I've expected. There it is. I guess, alright, well, I think I'll keep with the good vibes in this column, and let's go games that start with F for 400, please.
This handheld title released in North America in 2013, and is considered the 11th, 13th, or 14th entry, depending on who you ask. Casey.
What is Fire Emblem, Awakening?
That is correct.
Woo! Alrighty. Well, let's keep it going. Games that start with F for 600.
So far, this title has only been available on GameCube. Mr. Gibson again.
This could be wrong. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance?
I'm sorry, sir, that is incorrect.
So do I get negative 600 now?
Yep.
You do.
You do.
All that work for nothing. I got overzealous.
Donald or Jordan? The correct answer was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
You dirty dog. I should have known.
Coming soon to Switch.
There you go.
Allegedly.
That's right.
Boo!
It's still your board, Mr. Gibson.
Let's see if I can recoup with games that start with F for 800.
This 4-disc title features locations such as Timber and Galbadia. Donald.
What is Final Fantasy VIII?
That is correct.
Dang, I was gonna go with that too. I knew it.
Final Fantasy VIII had to be one of the games in
Yeah.
that category.
Yeah, I was going to say, we weren't getting through this game without Final Fantasy VIII showing up.
Yeah. And I can guarantee you will not finish this game without seeing it again.
All right, let's finish the category games that start with F for 1,000.
This action RPG features an unnamed protagonist trying to survive in the Boston area. Donald.
What is Fallout 4?
That is correct.
Look at that. I put in all that legwork. I get nothing, and Donald comes up and cleans up the last 2.
All right.
It is your board, Donald.
All right. Let's try notable weapons for 200.
This potion increases the magic temporarily for mages in Dragon Age. The correct answer was a lyrium potion.
For 200?
That seemed a little undervalued, but anyway. All right.
I hate to see the next question.
Well,
avoid the rest of this category.
This category might be harsh, I'm not going to lie.
Let's find out. Notable weapons for 4.
Software for this item can be installed back at the Spookies headquarters. It's the Gump from SMT Soul Hackers.
I knew the series. I didn't know the game. Or sorry, I didn't know the item.
It is. I haven't played Soul Hackers in about 6 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The old gun computer. I loved it. It was awesome. All right, still your board, Donald.
Let's go for 600 notable weapons.
In its uncursed form, this ring grants the Dragonborn the ability to become a werewolf at will.
David's the meanest game host ever.
So the answer for this one is the Ring of Hercene.
Are you sure this wasn't a double Jeopardy category?
I know at least one of you is going to get the next one if you want to stay in the category.
Oh, goodness.
All right, let's see it then. 800 notable weapons.
Ah, shit. I've already blown it. I've been doing the notable items from the second round.
I knew it was double Jeopardy. Like, why are these so hard?
Oh, those were the notable items. That makes sense. Because, it was like
oh, man,
a
did I
potion.
blow that one? Oh, well.
Just switch them up, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just switch them up. It's fine. Okay, I'll stick with it.
Is this 800 or 1,000?
800.
No, this is 800.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So this item is collected from Madarame after defeating him in the second palace.
Well, this is a good glimpse into what round 2 holds for us, boys.
Yeah, seriously.
Really? All three of you have played Persona 5.
Yeah,
I haven't beaten it, though.
Don't remember the item. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while.
The treasure that they got was a painting of Yusuke's mother.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I was told one of us would get that.
I know somebody. Well, I know someone will get the last one.
Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Notable items for 1,000.
Technically, this is the Daily Double, Donald.
Oh no!
Donald's the only one with points.
Yeah, I think I'll just bet 1,000 on this.
Oh, Donald, you promised.
Well, this could be the easiest one. This item allows you to breathe in the sunken shrine of the original Final Fantasy game.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Jordan knew that one.
Oh man, what is it? What is the mask?
No, it's the correct answer is what is Oxiel?
Of course, that's the Daily Double. I kept us in on it. The Final Fantasy 1 question.
Well, it's so funny. We started out so strong. I was like, all right, we're going to do well. And then that one brought us down a peg.
Right.
Did we just get through two categories and everyone has 0?
No.
Yep.
Donald has 800.
Donald has 800.
Oh, okay.
If he had made it a true Daily Double, he would have 0.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's the rest of the game that's. I have to admit, I think this was the hardest category. So.
Oh man, that was brutal.
Woo, all right.
All right.
There's only up from here, boys.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
right.
go.
So notable weapons we're going to leave for the second round instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So famous places 200.
This is the location that Chrono and Marley first met. Donald.
What is the Millennial Fair?
That is correct.
All right, there you go.
All right. Let's do places 4.
This is the state in which Wasteland 2 begins. Jordan.
Is it Arizona?
That is correct.
Boom. All right, what is that? 400
On the
for
board.
Jordan.
On the board. I want to go somewhere else. I don't love locations. I'm gonna go support characters for 200.
This Gormati is accompanied by her blade Dromark. Casey.
Who is Nia?
That is correct.
He's back on the board, baby.
He's in the positive.
Yes, feeling good. Let's stick with it. Support characters for 400, please.
This companion uses guns and enjoys photography.
Uses guns and enjoys photography.
You guys are gonna feel silly.
I already know I am.
Alright, the answer is who is Prompto?
Yeah.
Casey, it's still your board.
Let's go. Support for 600.
This part clown, part bear resides in the TV world. Donald.
Who is Teddy?
That is correct.
And I have a Teddy beside me that's inflatable, and if I start getting questions wrong, I might just pound him.
All right, you're bored.
Let's keep going on support characters for 8.
This shape-shifting apostate mage was raised in the wilds of Ferelden. The answer is Morrigan.
Yeah.
I had
I was gonna say the worst thing about support characters' names are like half the time I like don't even read, like I see their names, you know, when I'm playing it and I'm reading it, but I don't actually like say it in my head, so then I just end up forgetting their names.
Yeah, I was picturing the character as well. I couldn't
put
think
the
of
name,
her
yeah.
All right. Support characters for 1,000.
This delightfully bloodthirsty droid was a standout character because of his dark and stoic dialogue.
Oh God, I feel like I could picture him, but I can't.
The answer is, who is HK-47?
All right,
I would have gotten the number wrong.
You had the HK?
I had HK. I was thinking HK-88 for some reason.
Well, maybe from IG-88, which is Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so is HK, to be fair, but...
Fair, yeah, no. True.
All right, let's go back to famous places for 6.
This is where the rat's tail is collected in the original Final Fantasy. Jordan.
Is it the temp? No, the. Oh gosh, getting confused between the two.
Negative points.
What is the Temple of Trials?
That is incorrect. Donald or Casey?
No, thank you.
All right. The answer was, what is the Castle of Ordeals?
Yeah. I was thinking Shrine of Ordeals, and I didn't want to say that, so I knew it was Temple of something, but so close. Uh-oh.
I think
first minus points on the board.
I think it's still Donald's board.
Yeah. Famous places for 8.
This is the fictional seaside city where Persona 2 Innocent Sin takes place.
Nope, it's one of the Personas I have not played.
The answer was, what is Samaru City? Samaru City.
Yeah, I've never touched 2 because we've never really put out a definitive edition of the 2 games.
Put them out on Switch, baby.
We might as well finish
everything on Switch.
Might as well finish the category because this last question is a real.
Yeah,
it's a real murder.
Let's do it. Famous places for 1,000.
This is the home of the leader of the vampire clan in the Skyrim DLC Dawnguard.
All right.
The answer was, what is Castle Valkahar?
I'm not even sure my roommate would have got that, and he's put 90 hours into Skyrim.
Just a heads up on the scoreboard, we got Jordan at negative 200, you got me at 200, and then you've got Donald at 1,600, so he's got a good lead, but things change, as Jordan knows, things in these kind of games change real quick.
I'm so embarrassed that the one Final Fantasy 1 question I do get, I miss, and the one I don't get, of course I would know that. I knew it was Oxale, but here we go.
I think
this is great.
The other categories should be easier.
I've been hearing that all game.
I don't trust a thing you say anymore, Dave.
All right, let's
just sipping on his double amber, laughing.
let's go for some irony here. Let's go villains for 200.
Yeah,
who is David Lloyd?
Yeah.
The first boss is the final boss is an alien parasite who crash landed millions of years in the past. Mr. Gibson.
Oh God, I'm an idiot. I was thinking the game, and now I'm like, I know the game, and now I'm just blanking like a big dumb idiot. I'll bring it back down to 0. God, it's embarrassing.
Jordan or Donald? Donald.
Oh, who is Lavos?
That is correct.
All right, villains for 4.
This fourth wall breaking baddie is considered one of the greatest final boss fights ever. And I will accept either one of his names. Oh, Jordan, I know you played this game.
Well, you accept neither of his names. I don't know. I'm sure I played it, Dan. Oh, man.
I might have to start giving hints if we're gonna...
Yeah, people listening be like, wow, these guys talk on an RPG podcast?
Alright.
I told you I knew I was going to embarrass myself.
Let me change the answer a little bit. This fourth wall breaking baddie of the vegetable genealogy is one of the greatest final boss fights ever.
Who is Flowey?
That is correct.
Man, look at all this bias to the Canadians.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get me out of the negative here.
Oh, was that the 400 point question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go to villains for 6.
This baddie who attempted to destroy the entire world after having lost his mother was not the final boss in this game. Or in his game, sorry. I'm looking for the name of the guy. It's a recent Switch game made by Takahashi. Not looking for Malos. Oh man, Amalthus. Looking for who is Amalthus?
The mother part screwed me up. I forgot about that.
Yep. Because that's where my head went too. Was thinking Xenoblade, and then I was like, yeah. All right.
All right, you guys are definitely gonna get the next one.
No,
this nihilistic baddie.
You keep saying that.
This nihilistic baddie is known for his evil cackling laugh. Jordan.
Who is Kefka?
That is correct.
Oh man,
Who is David Lloyd Kefka?
Yes.
Let's finish villains for 1,000.
Sure. This villain is known as the World Eater and is the Nordic god of destruction. He's also the final villain of Skyrim.
Can I Google that?
It's the Dragon King Alduin.
Because when I think Norse gods of destruction, my mind went right to Thor.
Yeah, so let's do lore. Yeah, lore for 200.
According to the legends, this Pokemon has 1,000 arms that it used to create the world. Donald.
Who is Arceus?
That is correct.
And meanwhile, the people at the fourth podium are screaming their lungs out, having won the game already. All right, lore for 4.
So I've never played this game, so I might actually butcher this word, but the Yggdrasil project was meant to cleanse the Earth of pollution in this series. Jordan.
Etrian Odyssey.
That is correct.
Falling behind.
And that's, I think it's Yggdrasil is how it's pronounced.
Yggdrasil, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I looked at that word and I'm like, I have no idea, but I better throw some other games I haven't played in here just to make it a little easier. which apparently I've already failed. So, the next question. This series features a bet between Nyarlathotep and Philemon over the nature of human beings. Donald.
What is Persona?
That is correct.
All right.
This isn't going well.
All right. Lore for 8.
Breaking one of the 5 tenets of this organization invokes the wrath of Sithis. No, that's the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Damn,
Man, again, I could picture them. I wanted to say red something, but it's not.
So I'm going to add a little modifier to this last answer. In this indie RPG, he was the royal scientist responsible for creating the core. This incredibly famous, just came to Switch last year.
Wait, is this is this a continuation of lore?
Yeah, it's the final question. In a game featuring characters named after fonts, he was the royal scientist responsible for creating the core.
Yeah, I know the game. I don't remember the character's name.
Who is W.D. Gaster, or Wingding Gaster, as many believe?
Oh, Wingding.
So how bad are the scores after round 1?
Well, they're actually pretty respectable for everyone but me. I've got 0, but I did get some right. Then you got Jordan at 1,400 and Donald at 2,600.
Alrighty.
So what I need to do is just get one right and hope the rest crumbles, you know?
Alright, well, since the questions I thought were easy, I don't know how the second round's gonna go.
Yeah, we're in trouble here, boys.
For the folks at home, hopefully you've been keeping score and you'll let us know if you're doing any better than we are.
God,
But,
I'm sure they're doing better than we are.
But I'll go through the second round categories. So we have indie RPGs. This time we will have notable weapons, 16-bit RPGs, enemies, main protagonists, and soundtracks.
It's the person who's in third place who usually starts Double Jeopardy. So,
That's right.
Casey.
Oh, is that me?
Casey.
Yep.
All right. Well, you said notable items was supposed to be in the first category, so I'm gonna go notable items for 400. Give me an easy one, David.
Notable weapons.
Yeah,
right?
notable
now
weapons.
notable weapons.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, I hope you've played Fallout 4 because
Oh boy.
the answer is
Casey wants to change the category
Yeah,
immediately.
God damn it.
this weapon hurls a nuclear bomb at its enemy.
I can't risk negative 400 points. I'll never climb out of that hole.
The answer is, what is the Fat Man?
Yeah.
Let's stick with this category because the next one is should get this one. It's David Brand. Let me just say that right now.
All right, I'm in.
Designed by Numura, it is the strongest version of this weapon is called the Lionheart. Oh, Donald.
What is the Gunblade?
Yes, that is correct.
Let's keep going on notable weapons for 12.
Named after a real-life swordsmith, this weapon appears in multiple Final Fantasy titles. Mr. Gibson.
Oh no. This is going to probably be wrong. That Masamune?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct.
All right. He's in the game, boys. Watch out, Jordan. Here I come.
That was a good one to get right. 1,200's a lot of points.
Now I can just coast out on the rest of the game, and it won't look so pitiful. Let's keep rolling. Notable weapons: 16 Hondo.
For the Skyrim fans out there,
like Casey.
This weapon can steal the soul of its victim and place it in a gem.
My roommate used this.
Yeah. Can you phone a friend?
Yeah. The answer is, what is the Mace of Molag Bal?
Come on, Casey, you do that.
Yeah, well, it was on the tip of my tongue.
All right, Casey still got the board.
Let's finish her out. 2,000.
It's a daily double, sir.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh.
Of course it is.
Casey, I will point out, technically you can bet up to 2,000.
Oh no! I'm gonna.
Casey, you should bet 2,000.
I'm gonna go with 700.
700. Casey, how's your Dark Souls trivia knowledge?
I'm in trouble, boys.
One of the earliest, strongest weapons in the game, which would be hard to find if you did not know, or if you did not have a friend who knew of its location.
I know this, but I can't. Oh no! Because I remember we talked about it, and I remember you got it, and you were telling me about how to find it.
Yep.
Oh fuck!
Can I buzz in here, please?
Jordan, if you want to help, yeah, I'll give you the 700. I just don't want to be negative.
This is hilarious. At both daily doubles, I'm like, I know it
This
right away.
sucks because it's like it's totally on the tip of my tongue, and when you tell me it, I want to be so angry at myself. It's like a dagger. It's some sort of dagger, I believe.
Oh, let me put you out of your misery then, because what is the Drake sword?
That's it. Damn it! All right, I like. All right, yeah.
Still your board.
I remember in the Slack chat we were talking about how to get that sword.
I absolutely, totally remember that.
Yeah.
Drake's sword, right? Maybe that's where the D was coming from.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a dagger.
Damn. I guess it's still my board, huh?
Yep.
16-bit RPGs, 400, please.
Attaboy, let's go.
This game was the first Final Fantasy title released in Europe for the Super Nintendo. Jordan.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
That is correct.
He had it. He talked about it before.
I did.
Beat me to the punch.
I'm up to date with my Mystic Quest knowledge. If nothing else, I love this category. 16-bit RPGs 8.
This is the sequel to the Game Boy title Final Fantasy Adventure. Donald.
What is Secret of Mana?
That is correct.
Man, Donald just racking them up.
16-bit RPGs are sort of my wheelhouse too, so let's go 1200.
Yep.
After its release in 1996, it was the most rented game in the United States for 14 straight weeks. Jordan.
I'll go Chrono Trigger.
I am sorry, that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Donald.
What is Super Mario RPG?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's my other one. Very good.
All right, so that's minus a bunch of points for you and a lot more over to freaking Donald because he's just racking them up, like I said. This is a runaway success for him.
Let's go 16-bit RPG 1600.
This title from a long-running series was ported to the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis after releases on both PC and the TurboGrafx 16. It's also from the series that is possibly Casey's favorite game on the Switch, or the favorite RPG on the Switch. Donald.
What is Ys Book 1 and 2?
You had the correct series.
Ys 3?
Did you? Oh, you did though. Yes, you are correct. It is Ys 3.
Woo!
Oof. Yeah,
Thank you.
Right.
When you said calculator.
When you said TurboGrafx, it's like, okay, that has to be Ys Book 1 and 2 because it's been on everything. But no, I forgot that wasn't on Super Nintendo.
That was the 16, right?
Yeah.
16.
Yep.
So
we got one more question left in 16. So this Super Nintendo game was different from others at the time because when the player casted magic, it took away health points instead of magic points. Donald.
What is Paladin's Quest?
That is correct.
Man,
and just like that,
game.
he's back up to where he was. All right. Well, just to give a quick update on the standings, sort of, a little bit, not quite halfway, but Jordan 600, I have 2100, and Donald has 5800.
All right, so let's jump over to indie RPGs for 4.
This game, based on a comic book series, was the first title developed by Airship Syndicate. Donald.
What is Battle Chasers Night War?
That is correct.
I want Neil back. Donald's too good at this.
I got knocked off of Thirsty Mage because of a snowstorm. Cool that I could get back in because of one.
Good timing indeed.
Well, it's funny. It was almost James was almost pulled in too, and I feel like it really would have been James versus Donald would probably be a heck of a show. For next time, we'll have to cue that up.
All right, indie RPGs for 8.
Has procedural generation and features both permadeath and heroes that are too scared to fight. Jordan.
Darkest Dungeon.
That
What is Darkest Dungeon?
That is correct.
A RPG with procedural generation that's an indie game. That's only about 200 games.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Let me unfurl the list.
Yeah, that's why I had to add that little piece at the little gym at the end.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this next question in the category because I know
indie RPGs for 12.
I'm the only person that's played the game. I'll just say that.
This is the 1200.
Yeah, this Swedish-developed tactical turn-based RPG features a mutant duck and pig as two of the main heroes. The answer is Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden.
I almost guessed that one.
That's the $1,200 question.
It doesn't get any prettier from here for this category.
Let's get
these all out of the way.
Yeah.
This Switch exclusive borrows its concept from a previous Nintendo title and was one of the most hyped games from 2017. Jordan.
What is Golf Story?
That is correct.
That was pretty fair for 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of my top games of 2017 for sure. Loved it.
And good luck on the $2,000 question, boys.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, finish it off.
This RPG has you play as a god, trying to keep the last known human settlement from becoming extinct at the hands of the darkness. Jordan.
Oh, shoot. Oh no. I forgot the category. It was indie RPGs. I was thinking back to 16-bit RPGs.
You probably edited it not that long ago.
Oh, man.
Stop that,
Pretty
David.
sure you did.
Yeah, giving them away. No, I've edited everything not so long ago, so no, I don't know.
Donald or Casey?
Nope, I'm gonna keep my.
Nope.
I'm just gonna throw. I'm gonna throw out my guess because this is what I was thinking. I'm being so stupid. What is ActRaiser?
Oh, no.
like that. I don't know. That's not really an RPG, but it's also not an indie game. But
It's neither of these two, but
I just want it to come back so badly. Maybe if I put it in the podcast here, we'll get a new ActRaiser.
I like that idea.
Correct answer
Bring
was,
it back. Not the second one, but
what is Thea the Awakening?
yeah.
I see these games doing the downloads every week. It's like, what the hell is half this stuff?
Yeah.
Thea the Awakening was a good game. I enjoyed that one. Highly recommend. Jordan's board.
Yeah, let's go. Fine. Main protagonist for 400.
This hero will be played by Henry Cavill in a Netflix adaptation. Jordan.
Who is Geralt?
That is correct. Staying in the category?
Yeah, main protagonist for 8.
This hero was a champion blitzball player prior to the attack on Xanarkand. Jordan.
Who is Titus or Titus?
That is correct. He's cleaning up this category.
yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, but I need the expensive, I need the higher point values here. Main protagonist for 12.
This former squire turned knight originally went by the name Glenn. I think that's Donald.
Yeah.
Who is Frog?
That is correct.
All right. Protagonist for 16.
It's revealed that this main hero was actually the villain that began the invasion on the Republic before his memory was wiped clean.
This sounds like a Star Wars question.
The answer is who is Darth Revan?
I wasn't sure if that was the answer or if we wanted what other name he was going by during that game. Anyway,
Did we name? We named you named him, didn't you? Didn't we get to name him? I felt like we got to name him, but then you found out that his name was actually Darth Revan.
Yeah. All right. Protagonist for 2.
Unnamed in the Western release. This is the first name of the main protagonist in the Japanese release of Persona 5. Jordan.
What is Jin? Who is Jin?
Oh, it's very close.
Damn it!
Woo!
Very close.
Get rid of those 2,000 points. Thank you very much.
God, that hurts.
Donald or Casey, go try.
No siree, Bob.
The answer was, who is Ren? R-E-N. Ren.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go soundtrack for 4.
This is the first game that Yoko Shimomura was credited for working on for sound design. Jordan.
Kingdom Hearts? What is Kingdom Hearts?
That is incorrect.
Oh, of course.
Donald?
What is Super Mario RPG?
That is also incorrect.
I'm gonna just
Casey?
keep on keeping on. No, thank you.
Okay, the answer was, what is Samurai Sword?
And that was the 400 question, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that might have been. Well, I'm looking at the rest of the questions and I'm thinking that might be the easiest of the bunch.
4,000, I think.
We
that
got
one
another
was.
grinder category coming up. Hold on to your points.
All right.
It's
800.
not gonna be. It's not good. It's gonna be nasty here. He composed the past 3 Elder Scrolls titles.
David is a mean man. Can we go back to villains for 1,000?
Why was it the guy who did Halo?
The composer was who is Jeremy Soule. I'll just go through the rest here.
Yeah, that's 1,200.
She sang 7 of the tracks, including the opening theme, Wake Up, Get Out There for Persona 5. And I will accept the one name. Donald.
Who is Lynn?
That is correct.
I happen to own that soundtrack. 1,600 soundtrack?
You've hit the last daily double.
Do it all, Donald.
Please.
He's
do
got
it all.
8,600 in the bank.
I would go True Daily Double here, but I'm not confident enough in the category. I'm just going to go 1600.
All right.
Of course, he is one of the composers, or the main composer. Fairy Fencer F, Advent Dark Force.
I'm going to hate myself for saying this. Who is Yasunori Mitsuda?
That is incorrect, but you were close. It was a famous man. It was Nobu Matsu.
That poor guy. He has gotten so much crap since he left Square.
So the composer, he was the main composer, but his band, Earthbound Pass, or Passe, Papa, something like that. His band did the music.
Okay.
But he was the composer.
Yeah. Soundtrack for 2000.
Jordan, you gotta get this one.
Uh-oh.
I'll try.
This band made a cover of Stand By Me for Final Fantasy 15. Jordan.
Who are Florence and the Machine?
That is correct.
Out of the hole.
Out of the hole.
He's in the positive.
I'm allowed to play Final Jeopardy if we get there.
With one category left, which is enemies, we've got the score
Enemies.
at Jordan 1800. I'm at 2100, and Donald at a staggering 7000. And that's with losing 1600 on the Daily Dub.
Well, let's start it off. Enemies for 400.
The mascot of this long-running series, and even got to be the protagonist of his own recent indie RPG. Jordan.
Who is Jack Frost?
That is incorrect.
That's exactly who I thought at first, but then I was like, I don't think there was any indie title that was.
Neither did I. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to think
Went
basic.
based on the first half.
This is a very basic enemy.
Oh yeah, I think I know it now.
Donald.
What is a slime?
That is correct.
Ambition of the Slimes. Yep.
That's right.
I actually reviewed that on 3DS.
That was pretty good.
All right.
These recurring monsters. Oh, I'll just go down. It's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
These recurring monsters from Final Fantasy are large, purple, canine-esque creatures with two bull-like horns and flowing manes. Jordan.
What are behemoths?
That is correct. All right, the next one. This Shimigami Tensei demon is one of the 7 princes of hell and appears in Faustian legend. Jordan.
Who is Lucifer?
That is incorrect.
Oh, whew.
Damn it.
Jordan's on like a roller coaster over there.
Up and down.
He's like, he gets some, I'm like, oh no, there he goes. And then he gets one to bring it back down for me.
The correct answer is who is, his short name is Mephisto or Mistopheles.
Yeah. I should have known that. I should have known that from literature, let alone Shimigami Tensei.
For 1600, a blight refers to a period when this enemy finds and corrupts one of the old gods, transforming it into an archdemon to lead the horde to attack the surface world.
That was a mouthful.
David, could you read the whole thing again?
Yep.
The whole answer again.
So a blight refers to a period when this enemy finds and corrupts one of the old gods, transforming it into an archdemon, who then leads the horde to attack the surface world. Or to drill it down to its basic question, who are the main bad guys from Dragon Age Origins? I guess I'm the only one that played that one.
Yeah.
The answer is, who is the Darkspawn?
Yeah. I wrote about that game in my bloody master's thesis. I don't remember the names of all these things.
Yeah, Dragon Age is one of my favorite series too. So, this last one is we're going to be ending the way we began, I think.
With Casey getting a couple right.
Maybe this everyone has played this game. I know that for certain. I just don't know if anyone's done this quest.
Oh God!
This driver can be found in the Alathro Playhouse. I might have pronounced that wrong. In the Kingdom of Uriah, during the final chapter of the game. Jordan.
Who is Adam?
No, he's an enemy.
Oh, enemy. You said, driver. I thought someone joined your team.
He's one of the last quests of the game.
Oh man, does that take you out of the Double Jeopardy?
I'm out. I'm out of everything.
The answer was, who is Beast Hunter William?
You were close.
This is the hardest game of Jeopardy I've ever seen in my life.
Jordan's gonna be like, "Oh no, my audio's gone."
That's right. Yeah.
I'm in favor of making that question non-canon, but
I gotta be honest with you. When I put this all together, I was worried this was gonna be too easy.
Oh God, yeah, you were too close.
David, you're a monster. You're just a monster.
Yeah, can you imagine he decided to beef it up a little bit?
Oh man!
I think next episode we're actually going to pay to have Alex Trebek do this because you're killing us here.
Oh man! Well, it's Final Jeopardy time, folks.
Oh God!
And the category is notable quotes.
Oh, good Lord! Should we go over the standings real quick before we go in?
Sounds good.
We got Jordan at a -1,000. You got me at 2,100, and then you've got Donald at 7,400. So,
all right, I was gonna say, do you guys want to PM me your wagers first?
Well, can Jordan how does negative work? Do you just?
Can you just make it worth 5,000 so we all have a chance?
We'll go with we'll let everybody go. So Pete, just send. All right. Well, how about we'll just do regular rules, but Jordan's at plus 1,000 and not negative.
Thank you.
See, because then the smart thing for me would be bet nothing and eat second place happily. But that's not how I'm gonna roll.
All right, got everybody's wager. All right. The answer is this notable quote: "Every lie contains truth, and every truth contains a lie," comes from this long-running series.
Can you read that quote again?
I will. So the quote is, "Every lie contains truth, and every truth contains a lie." And it was said in this long-running series.
I mean, like, the good thing about that is it opens the door for some good old-fashioned guessing. But damn it.
I'll go through all the guesses first, just for the folks at home.
Just read out I guessed 4 times. Just read them all. I don't care.
We'll start with Jordan. Jordan started with Dragon Quest, Shin Megami Tensei, Final Fantasy Tactics, and ended on Etrian Odyssey. Let's see. Casey, he went with Final Fantasy, Persona, Xenogears, Persona, Dragon Quest, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei.
Well, when you were like, not associated with Nintendo, and you're like, but it's been on the portable, it's like, oh, Persona Q, like, perfect.
Yeah, Persona Q, I thought about that too.
And Donald went with Persona and Elder Scrolls. And the Final Jeopardy true answer is, what is Suikoden?
Yes.
All right, so let's see. I'm assuming Jordan did 1,000, right? Because that's what he could do. So he's down to negative 2,000. I bet it all.
Oh no, negative 3,000. I guessed 4,000.
I bet it all, so I'm down to 0. And then what did Donald wager?
He went with 3,000.
All right. Well, he still has a commanding win.
Yes.
So the final tallies here are negative 2,000, Jordan. A big goose egg, that's me, and then Donald at 4,400. He's the only one going home with some prize money.
And bragging rights.
I don't think any of us are going home with anything fun.
Yeah, there are no bragging rights. We're all going to try and forget about this.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Donald, you'll be the returning champion if you'd like to face perhaps James and Neil in the next installment.
Honestly, I feel bad for Neil in that situation.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel bad for everyone with David at the helm.
Oh man, that was.
I don't know if I'm more disgusted by David's questions or by my inability to answer them. Like it's I'm pretty torn here.
I maybe when I was studying before the show, I spent a little too much time focused on RPGs that were on Nintendo consoles, since this is technically a Nintendo podcast.
So, well, in theory.
But I will bone up on my Western RPGs for next time, because I'm probably going to need it.
Just Skyrim and Dragon Age, and you'll be fine.
Yes. Oh man, well, I hope everyone listening at home, I hope this wasn't a complete drag, and if everyone would send in their scores to let us know.
Yeah, see how bad you beat us by. Although, like I said, I mean, Donald ended up with a pretty good score, I'd say. All things considered.
All right, well, we'll definitely try this again. The next couple episodes, like I said, we got Final Fantasy IX coming up in a couple weeks. We're going to be talking about the port to Switch, and we'll kind of be doing a deep dive into like the whole Final Fantasy IX, like the history, the people behind it. But then we're going to talk about the port specifically as well. And then for the big anniversary, we're doing a Xenogears retroactive. So Neil and Jordan already have they purchased their strategy guides. If you listen to the last episode, they've each got their strategy guide print copy in hand. I'm cheaping out and just using the online version.
I think I'm more excited about using the guide than playing the game.
Does it really? Is it like that?
Just so excited to have them again.
That confusing or something?
No. It's just like we were talking about in the Mario RPG episode about how Nintendo came out with all these great strategy guides like Chrono Trigger, Mario RPG, Pokemon, all these really high quality strategy guides with great artwork in them and stuff. And so I was just kind of feeling nostalgia for it. I think Neil was too. So we decided to pony up $20 or so and seek out the strategy guide for Xenogears. I don't think you really need it, but it's just kind of fun to remember playing through those games with a printed guide like we did years and years ago.
And I hope when you talk about Final Fantasy IX, you give the player's guide for that game the pillorying it deserves.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I'll have to see if I can dig it up.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up too.
It is completely useless now, because I'm not even sure, because what they did with Final Fantasy IX Strategy Guide is that they pointed you to Play Online to get all the actual hints. I'm not sure if the website exists in that form anymore.
That's such a stupid thing. The whole point of buying the physical guide is so you don't have to go
online. I want it
online.
all right in front of me, yeah.
That's dumb.
I kind of miss those days of strategy guides, and I'm not just saying that because I got offered a job to write a strategy guide from a company that went bankrupt while I was in college.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out for an hour to be tortured.
Yeah, I got to go lick my wounds.
I've never been more embarrassed.
Where did it? Maybe I do have some liquor here I can get into.
Well, if this episode sees the light of day, please let us know how you did, and check us out on Twitter at the Thirsty Mage, or you can head over to NintendoWorldReport.com. Let us know what you think of the questions in the comment section there, and we'll learn from this debacle and have some better formed questions for the next time out. And yeah, I guess, I don't know. It was fun for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I knew it was going to be ugly coming in, so I had fun, and I would be down to do it again. And yeah, I mean, if you make the questions easier next time, I wouldn't complain about that. But hey, nothing's wrong with a little challenge.
Now I know for next time that I need to take a week off of work and
study up,
research the entire history of RPGs very thoroughly with particular franchises. Thinking about those ones even more. So
I'll just have to put it in games.
Kudos to you, David. Like you stepped up your game. Like these were some deep, dark kind of questions.
You set the bar.
So, you did. You certainly did.
We'll have to have a games list for the next one out, so that we know where everything's coming from.
Yeah. Give me the cheat sheet.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for playing with RPG Jeopardy, and we'll have some more fun next time.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. See you guys next time. David's a monster.